Hey guys, I just wanted to share a quick little trade I took, which goes to prove the point that I make a lot that trading is almost as much art as it is science, and it's definitely both. Um, I'm a big fan of the 50% retracement trade, 50% retest, and the truth is that you can see these types of pullbacks on every single scale. You can see it within a 5 second candle. You can see it within a 5 minute candle. You can see it within many 15-minute candles. And that's kind of what I did just now. I've been watching price come down overnight here. Um, sorry. Watching price come down overnight during the Globex session here. And, I've been taking some shorts. I've been buying, selling rallies on the way down, etc. But at some point, I decided, that's quite a pretty good size rally from 11:30 a.m. yesterday on Monday morning, all the way up until this high up here, and then this pullback. So I just out of curiosity, I thought, I wonder, now that we're deep into this pullback and we seem to be kind of maybe making a little bit of a bottom. Why don't I just put in a Fibonacci tool and just measure where the 50% of this move was, the pullback. So this is just exactly what I did, and I just did it a couple minutes ago. And what I found when I looked at this is that we were trading right on. As a matter of fact, we had just put in a 15-minute candle that was a engulfing candle, at least actually it was not an engulfing candle, but it was the body um, of this 15-minute candle. It was a pretty good sized green body relative to a lot of the candles we'd seen up to this point in time, and it finished right at the 50% level. I don't know if you can see that. That's the 50% level right there. So basically, it double bottomed here and finished exactly at the 50% level. So I was like, that's interesting. I wonder if it's going back up right now. So at 5 o'clock, I was looking at this, watching this, and I kind of saw this fast cross. Lately, I've been using this blue line and this gold line a lot in conjunction with each other. And I tend to love to trade back tests to these lines after they cross each other. So in this case, we had a fast cross, blue above gold, and then we had a back test of both of those lines. And they're both powerful lines in their own right. One is a 1 minute 10, the other is a 1 minute 20. And when you get a fast cross and then a pullback to both of those lines, that's a pretty good signal, in my opinion, especially if it's happening where it was happening, which was at the 50% level, which was right here at 612. So 612 was the level right here. So it was happening just a little bit under that level. And so I went ahead and got in. I'll tell you exactly where I got in. On that last trade, 610.75 is where I got in. So it must have pulled back to right here, and then I got in like right here after it kind of put in that little bounce across both of those lines, right? So it kind of hesitated for a little while, and I moved my stuff up pretty tight. I just had 5 micros. This is just an experimental trade kind of thing, but it actually took off to the upside pretty strongly here, and I thought maybe it was going to bust through here, but this is resistance here. This is my 15-minute money line, and the 26 level also acts as resistance every time price gets up to it or down to it. So it pulled back, and I think I got out at 20. So I just got a few bucks out of it, maybe 105 micros, maybe 117. But that puts me at almost Well, it puts me at, I've just been, kind of having a fun time trading this session, this overnight session, and selling rallies on the way down. About 327 bucks so far tonight. And now it looks like we are going to go higher. But anyway, I thought that was interesting just simply because, yeah, we're actually doing well here. Yeah, maintaining that 10 probably would have been a good idea, hanging on, because again, you're looking at this bigger picture perspective here, and you're seeing that we had a nice rally that started way down here and basically came all the way up here, topped out up here, and then pulled back to the 50% zone. Okay, right there. Now put in a pretty good sized green candle, and now it's putting in another pretty good sized green candle. So, and one more thing, I'm just going to check. It looks to me like this might have been a 50% retracement also. This is sort of the microcosm of the macrocosm, if you will. Let's see if it was. I don't even know. I haven't measured it yet. Let's take a look at the top of that candle, and let's see here, the bottom of that candle. It came into the pivot zone. I call the pivot zone anything between 38.2 and 61.8. So it definitely back tested right into the pivot zone. And, again, that's where I bought it, was on the way back up. Let's see if that actual low, 607.25, is anything on this chart as it back tested that pivot zone. 607.25 back tested. Yeah, that was the exact point that I was looking at. Okay, let's look at this again. I'm going to take this one off. Okay, remove this one here, and I'm going to put this one on the other chart so we can see it more clearly. Okay, and so the pivot zone, okay, for this reversal candle, I'm calling it, taking a 50% or a retracement levels off of this reversal candle, meaning that we're looking for areas of strength to back test into. Yeah, right into the pivot zone. So this fast cross here was happening right at the edge of the pivot zone. So basically that's where I bought it. I bought it right there, and then rode it up here, and then got out down here. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of, I guess you could call that's a microcosm of macrocosm, right? You've got the bigger 50% pullback, which is this area right here, and then within that you look to see a 15-minute candle doing its thing, making its stand here towards that 50% level, and then the very next candle, because that's a sign of strength, pulls back into the midpoint of its zone and then goes up from there. And that's where basically I got in, not seeing that, but seeing it as the fast cross of the 10 over the 20, the 1 minute 10 over the 1 minute 20, and then back testing that. That's a lot of information, but that's sort of my thought process, and now it's continuing to go higher. I think that was the entry. Now, we'll see what happens. We'll see how far it goes. Trading is filled with little entries and exits all over the place, and trying to always catch the one is pretty tough. But if I had a little bit more discipline, I could maybe said, hey, I'll ride this 10 and see how far I can ride it. And that would be one way of thinking about trying to catch the bottom of this particular pullback. But at any rate, it could come back down again, double bottom. You just never know. So I'm happy to trade with a little bit. Right now, tonight, I'm just doing 5 micros. This is just experimental. Typically, with this account, I would be trading a lot heavier simply because it's an eval account, and it's a 150K eval account, and I'm typically trading 5 minis, not 5 micros. But tonight is just doing experimentation and seeing what we see when we look at all these different levels and how they interplay with each other. So that's basically it. It's been a decent morning. I haven't really taken any losses out of all the trades I think I've done tonight. It's been a a decent little session. I woke up at midnight and couldn't really sleep, so I just went ahead and tried to do a little bit of trading and taking small shares here. This particular account, I'm hopefully going to hit my target of 9,000 and convert this one into a performance account, an express funded account. Probably will happen. Yeah, just take the only losses I've had were little scratch losses, but yeah, it's been okay. I don't know. I don't really have much more to say other than that. First day I had this account, did almost 6,000, and my target's 9,000. So, I'm just playing around with the account now and kind of using it as a beta tester for different ideas. So, all right, well, that's about it for right now. But again, that 50% retracement, as you can see, happens on all kinds of different levels. And that's something to always keep in mind. Always be pulling back, get the bigger picture, bird's eye view. Where are we at? Are we retracing a big move? If so, how can we tell that we're doing that? In this case, I thought that we were retracing a big move in looking at the big picture here with the big move here up, and then this retracement, and figuring out, okay, well, where's 50%? Oh, we're right on it right now. Okay, let's see if we can get a fast cross and a pullback, which we did, and now here comes price back down again. So yeah, I didn't really lose anything, and probably bounce again, right around this level, I would imagine. All right, but we'll see that on a different video probably. Okay, all right, that's it for now.